Thank you very much. That was a set of marches there. First one called Leslie Angus, and the second tune was a John Cuban tune called Jimmy and Amy Henderson. Now, before we continue, I'll introduce you to musicians on stage. So, young lady on my right, Ashley East from Bridgewater. And another young lady at the end is Yvonne Downey. I'm sure a lot of you remember Yvonne. She's been at many festivals over the years. She's been around a lot, she said. Yvonne Downey. And in the middle on the fiddle is her husband, Lindsay Downey. And we've got young Liam Hope from Blair and Gone. And all the way from Forfar on drums, Kevin Millen. So we'll continue now a set of jigs. Start with a Shetland tune. I believe there's some Shetlanders here. I was speaking to them earlier on. Hope you're enjoying the festival. So the first tune's called Barbara Emsley, The Drunken Parson, then A Trip to Tobermory, and the last tune's a Jimmy Shan tune called The Ailith Burn. Set of Shetland waltzes, Rona's Woe, Sunset over Fula, and Lillian.
Thank
4 matches now, starting with the Crack at Clashmore Hall and the Kiwi Pipers. Okay, we're going to finish off now with a set of reels. Circassian Circle, Dr. Bob Smith, Miss Jean Milligan, and the Merry Blacksmith. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you very much. See you again.
A big hand for Yvonne, Kevin, to Liam, Lindsay, Ashley and Stephen Cargan Dance Band. It was three as either supposed to be the person who best. Anyway, a brilliant start to evening, so a huge hand again for the Stephen Cargan Dance Band. Now, when they are getting derobed or whatever you call it when they come off stage, did you cut? When you're coming off stage, is it derobed or do you just get off stage? Oh, he said decapitated, but I don't think that's really what it is. So when they're getting off and we're waiting for the next actor to sing a wee song. Now, I've had a wee look around the audience here tonight, and that's good upset half the audience. But anyway, the half it doesn't upset will clap, I hope. And if you done it well, you should. I suppose you'll all have noticed that the year is on the wane. The long dark winter evenings have returned to us again. Long winter nights that's nae enjoy be us that's getting old. For we dinna like it dark the sun, we can't endure the cold. But for our young courting couples, winter is a sheer delight. For the working day is shorter, so there's longer time at night to spend at some secluded spot and there upon embark on nature's very oldest pastime, the courting in the dark, in the dark, in the gloaming. It began, I do believe, in the very dawn of history, when Adam courted Eve. There was nae even colour gas to light up Noah's Ark, so the human race just had to do that, courting in the dark. Now things have changed an awful lot since those far distant days, and I think it courting couples ought to modernise their ways. And just for their enlightenment we might as well confess that courting in the darkness hasn't proved a great success. For there's lots of lovely ladies here we are for ugly men. Oh, exactly why you married them, I'm sure you can't explain. It looks as though your courtship was a tasteless piece of work, but the real explanation is you courted in the dark, in the dark, in the gloaming. It's a mystery to me why anyone would want to kiss a face you cannot see. We admit that marriage is a tasteless piece of work. Guess it marks it doubly so, this courting in the dark. Now I want to mark it. We did I want this. I came for coins next now. Now it took a minute. Now we didn't meant to bug it clear. We didn't want to spy on you, for that would not be fair. We only say let there be light to every lad and lass, for we hae got the hydro new and lots of colour gas. Aye, and when you settle down in life, a happy married pair, you'll learn to bless a lack that shone upon your love affair. You'll be happy and contented, you'll warble like a lark, 'cause you never did believe in courting in the dark, in the dark, in the gloaming. I'm sure you'll all agree, you needn't take your orders for a bachelor like me. Oh, a useless guy that's never won a lassie's hand or heart. Oh, what's fair, oh, that's fair. Oh, a real downright failure in the daylight and the dark. Thank you very much. can you just let some air in? Aye, without Steve, that'd be good in a hurry, like, but... Thank you. That's to please the folk I feel now ahead. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, as they depart, a big hand again for Stephen Carter in the band. Well done, folks, the race start the evening. Now, next up, we've got a man who was a MC in the Blue last night. He was a judge for the Bothy Ballad competition today, and
oh, come on, you don't really mean that now.
they're a bit harsh, Scott. I thought your judge was spot on the fuck. Oh, I know he wasn't the first. So, a brilliant singer, just a guy that's been in the band all over the country and abroad as well. So a big hand for Scott Gallmer.
Okay, are you ready for a wee Angus song? Yes! Okay, that's probably the weest of the Angus songs. A song very closely associated with the great Willie McKenzie and the great Tim Reid to Keith Festival heroes of yesteryear. It's called The Ballad of Flecky Eck. Oh, that's a big Flecky Eck fan best in here. Old Sandy Brown was tucked in bed, he couldn't sleep a far. He tossed and turned and asked his wife to gie his butt a claw. Had up your sark, says Mary Jane, oh, had it up, says she. And I'll just hae a look about to see what I can see. So Sandy houked up his sark with money groans and pecks, and in a low his summit was chock-a-block wi' flecks. There was great big flecks and little flecks, and flecks you couldn't fleck. There was flecks with biles and flecks with biles, a fleck wi' a wooden leg. Another fleck wi' a bandaged throat was a tied up with clout, and waiting on an hospital bed to get his tonsils out. Syne Sandy saw the strangest sight that he'd seen for weeks. For a teddy boy fleck wi' a big shoehorn was slipping on his breeks. A monster fleck come on the scene, he toured the bin the ma. He'd muckle locks and curly hair and teeth just like a saw. He had been hiding in Sandy's sack since 1892, and he was haeing a look about to see what he could chaw. Now Sandy's hardies, they were bare, the fleck rose wi' delight, and sunk his teeth in Sandy's haunch and gied a muckle bite. Now Sandy roared, but the fleck hung in till Sandy nearly grat. Syne Mary took the rolling pin and knocked the monster flat. Old Sandy's feeling better now, nae flecks alow his sack, but he's got lumps across his ribs, the flecks have left their mark. He offers up a prayer each night, likewise his guidwife Jane, that they'll be blessed as long as they'll live, and ne'er hae flecks again. Alan was saying, I've been away quite a bit, festivals just this last wee while, and when I was up in Orkney with some of you folks, put your hands up if you were at the Orkney Folk Festival, yes? Put your hands up if you were the one that gave me COVID. Oh, no one's invented that one. Well, I tested negative now, but I'm still sort of a wee bit croaky at times, so I'm expecting maximum helping out from my pals here to sing. What's that? If you really want to, Peter, nothing better to do. This is what happens when you give people in rural areas access to broadband, you know. So yeah, a song called Generations of Change. Loads of folks sang it, and I'm hopefully the first one tonight. So if you're up for joining in the hill thing, that would be great. My father was a bailie frae a wee place at Cape Lane. He worked on the ground all the days of his life. By the time he made second, he aye said he reckoned he blew near on half at East you go fine. He feed on at Randerston, Crawhill and Clippington, Cambo and Carnby and Bigger in his hill. At King's Barns he is married, and at Boar Hills he is buried. And man, had he left, he'd been blueing on still. But those days were his days, and those ways were his ways. They followed the pulley while his back was still strong. But those days are past, and the time come at last, for the weakness of age to make way for the young. I was nae for blowing, to the sea I was going, to follow the fish and the fisherman's ways. Rain, hail and sunshine, I watched the long run line. Nae man mair contented his hale working day. I long lined the flooding ground, Dutch in the Dogger Bank, heard the great fish from the deep devil's hole. A sight trod of Shetland and Faroes in Iceland, and weather much more than a buggy could go. But those days were my days, and those ways were my ways, to follow the fish while my back was still strong. But those days are past, and the time come at last, for the weakness of age to make way for the young. Now my sons they have grown, and away they have gone, to search for black oil in the dark northern sea. Like oilmen they walk, and like Yankees they talk, and there's no much in common between my sons and me. They've roughnecked and Josephine, Fortes and Ninian, Dunman and Claymore, and Fisher and Law. They've made fortunes for sure, for on one run ashore they spend more than I earned in a hail season's work. But these days are their days, and these ways are their ways, to ride the rough wrecks while their backs are still strong. But these days will pass, and the time come at last, for the weakness of age to make way for the young. Now my grandsons are growing, to the school they are going. The long days of summer they spend here with me. We walk through the warm days, talk of the old ways, the cornfields, the codfish, the land and the sea. We walk through the fields that my father once tilled, talk to the old men that once sailed with me. Man, it's been awful good, I've told them all I could. Of their past and their present, what their future might be. For these will be their days, what will be their ways, what will they make of unseen skies? Man, I've seen of a change, but it still seems kind strange to look at my world through a young lady's eyes. Okay, right, well, hello, Eli. How you doing? When I was up at the competitions day in Aberdeen, what, about 3 months ago? March. And it put me in mind of this song because it was the only Scottish folk song I could think of that mentioned face masks in it. And that was the sort of, the second last month of them. It's a song written by a fantastic Angus songwriter called Adam McNaughton. Glasgow songwriter called Adam McNaughton. I'm pretty Angus obsessed, and it's just called Erchie Kithker. And again, if you're up for joining in, that'd be great. We had a go at it last night, so we'll see. We'll give it a go. I'll sing ye the story of Erchie Kithker, a fella wha I took good care of his heart. No, I don't mean in terms of romance and its issues. No, Erchie took care to avoid fatty tissues. He read books on stress and he read books on diet. Made sure that his heart was well nourished and quiet. And as soon as he found that fags was a threat, he said, Erchie Kithker smoked his last cigarette. And no, just himself, he'd a smoke-free abode. Fags were banned for his flat in Victoria Road. When his chain-smoking pal said that this was too hard to him, he says, you look after your own pericardium. In Glasgow's south side, the air doesn't come near the EEC's requirements for clean atmosphere. So whenever he ventured outside his own close, Kithker wore a mask over his mouth and his nose, 'cause jogging was good for reducing your weight. He'd jog everywhere, even out to the gateway, where he bought low-fat milk and high-fibre bread, yon loaf that's covered in caraway seed, and fresh fruit and veg, and when he had pied, he would jog awa hame wi a bag on each side. When he heard o' the Glasgow Get Hurted campaign, he signed on at once when he thought so delaying. For about his blood pressure he had nae a qualm, and his weight matched his hecht to the last milligram. But the doctor consulting a chart on the wall says you're 2 points too high in your cholesterol. But nae need to worry, just cut out dessert and never enough pudding, cried Erchie Kithker. He jogged awa hame in the depths of despair. After 10 years of muesli, what could he do mair? till he saw on the telly 'twas scientists say your heart could be helped with 'twa aspirin a day. And the very next morning the Herald declared drinking wine with your meal, it was good for your heart. Eureka, cried Archie, the method to beat 'em all is a wee glass of Eldo and 2 paracetamol. But since his whole life he had aye been teetotal, 1 glass within the day, so he drank the whole bottle. Then on wi' his Reeboks downstairs he did flee, right in front o' a bus, number 44B. It knocked him 6 meters, a terrible sight, but the autopsy showed his cholesterol was right. It was some consolation to the family physician that he did with his heart in the perfect condition. They say that small troubles are sent here to try ye. They say that what's for ye can never get by ye. If your name's on the bullet, you won't be spared. He was hit by a bus that was bound for Kafka. On we go. You'll know me pleased to say this book. Okay, well, you know, a lot of Scottish folk songs are, you know, people die in them. Not many of the songs in my repertoire, but this is another one. It's not so much a murder ballad as a corporate manslaughter ballad. It's called Alexander's Mill. If you're up for, again, join in the Hale thing, that would be great. Well, we've got to get the millin', my feather Demise. There's horses in the highard, but there's nothing in the shed. So we piled into the motor, when we'd finished with the kye, and we made for Alexander's, by the city o' Dalry. Now Alexander met us there, down by the kitchen door, with a couple o' his wains, although they say he had a score. When he'd heard our situation, he very soon agreed to bring along his thrashing mill with the greatest speed. It belongs to Alexander, it's a bloody great machine. It's painted red and yellow, and it's anything but clean. You've got to work like blazes, for the turnmills never still. It's a pound a day, your dinner day, when you work the thrashing mill. The mill came in at 7, and we started off at 8, but the day was catastrophic, as I will soon relate. For we hadna got recht yoghurt van a dirty 12-inch rod come chinking out the Hyrex, and it killed the big fat cat. Now Alexander rubbed his hands and tame a feather said, it's of these little incidents a thrashing day is made. But the rat crawled up his trouser leg, he manoeuvred with great speed. He catched it at the kneecap, and he crushed its bloody head. It belongs to Alexander, it's a bloody great machine. It's painted red and yellow, and it's anything but clean. You've got to work like blazes, for the turnmills never still. It's a pound a day, your dinner day, and you work the thrashing mill. Now my sheen had got recht yoghurt, and the sheaves were fleeing fast, but old Neely he just stood there as they get fleeing past. We were cutting, shaving, binding, man, we're working fine until he tripped over Neely's left leg and he landed in the mill. But the mill, she never stopped it. Again, you know, it's groans, and we thought we heard a crunching noise as it crushed up his bones. 'Twas the end of Alexander, 'twas a sad and mournful tale, for his left leg it came down the chute, and his head was in the pail. It belongs to Alexander, it's a bloody great machine. It's painted red and yellow, and it's anything but clean. You've got to work like blazes, for the turnbelt's never still. It's a pound a day in your dinner tea, and you work the thrashing mill. Now he didn't get past your pearly gates, for St. Peter was gay rash, but maybe they'll be wanting him when it comes time to thrash. At the time o' heavenly harvest, beyond yon distant hill, they'll maybe want a contract for Alexander's mill. It belongs to Alexander, it's a bloody great machine. It's painted red and yellow, and it's anything but clean. You've got to work like blazes, for the turnbelt's never still. It's a pound a day in your dinner tea, when you work the thrashing mill. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Scott Cameron, ladies and gentlemen. Brilliant. Well done, Scott. Thank you very much. It shows why he was judge a day. Thank God he wasn't competing. That's all I can say. But the big hand again for Scott Cameron. Right, to carry on this fabulous entertainment you're getting tonight, we're going to ask a young lady for Turriff. Where is she? Oh, she's here. She's just gradually making her way. A multiple award-winning singer, traditional bothy ballads and all the rest of it. You can go anywhere you want, Moira, for us, because as long as you come on stage, it is. And she's even got a top on, it shows she's into the music. So a big hand for Turriff for Moira Stewart.
Who's our DD? Good. It's half a pleased to be singing in front of folk again. You canna believe it's been so long, and doing this virtual things doesn't do anything for me, I'm afraid. We're going to start off with I don't know if it's a bothy or no, but it's Mormon Braes, so please join in. As I get down by Strichen Toon, I heard a fair maid morning. She was marking sair complaint to. I started too high. Take two. As I get down by Strichen Toon, I heard a fair maid morning. She was marking sair complaint for her true love ne'er returning. It's Mormon Braes for heather grouse, for oft times I've been cheery. Mormon Braes for heather grouse, for it's there I've lost my dearie. Very will ye Mormon Braes, for oft times I've been cheery. Very will ye Mormon Braes, for it's there I've lost my dearie. There's as great fishing to the sea as ever yet was taken. I'll cast my line and try again, for I'm only forsaken. And I'll ging down to Strichen Toon, for I was bred and born. And I'll get me another sweet head that'll marry me the morn. It's a forsaken token, and that will let the young men ken that the bands all over broken. There's mony a horse has snappered and fan and risen again full early. There's mony a lass has lost her love and she's gotten another wrecked early. Fare ye Willie morning breeze, for oft times have been cheery. Fare ye Willie morning breeze, for it's there I've lost my dearie. Fare ye Willie morning breeze, for oft times have been cheery. Fare ye Willie morning breeze, for it's there I've lost my dearie. Do you like a story? There was this couple and they were celebrating 50 years of marriage, which is a phenomenon in itself. Anyway, they were sitting at their breakfast day and the wife says, John, she says, do you remember 50 years ago? She says, we'd be sitting at this table, she says, and we'd be sitting naked and enjoying our breakfast. Aye, he says. No, she says, fit about taking off our clothes and reenacting that moment. Oh, well, he says, so anyway, they strip it off their clothes and they're sitting at the breakfast table, you see. She says, John, she says, my breasts are still hot for you, you can. And he says, no much when there's een in your porridge and there's een in your tea. Now, I ken you're on good voice, so this is a wee chorus song. So we'll start with the chorus and it goes, we are I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day, I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day, I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day. A wee bird come to my apron. It fell on a morning in May. My feathers coos, they all went astray. I looked at me doon and the heather was gay, and a wee bird stuck to my apron. We are I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day, I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day, I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day. A wee bird come to my apron. Oh, in's my apron, it was wide, but now my knees it scarce can hide, and oh, the grief that I hate to bide, since I looked to my apron. We are I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day, I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day, I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day. A wee bird come to my apron. Oh, in's my apron, it was new, but new it's gotten another hue, and new it's gotten another hue. There's a broad beneath my apron. We are I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day, I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day, I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day. A wee bird come to my apron. I met my feather on the stair, came and doon his yellow hair, saying, what is that you've got in there? Say, we'll rout beneath your apron. It's neither vagabond nor loon, he's the best I mucker in the tune. He's made me a stomacher to bear up my gun, and I rowed it beneath my apron. We are I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day, I-do-a-dum and I-do-a-day, my apron. I met my mother on the stair, came and down her yellow hair, saying, what is that you've got in there? Say, we'll out beneath your apron. It is my mantle and my shirt. I had the welty daddle it. I had nae the welty daddle it, so I rowed it beneath my apron. We are I do a dum and a I do a day. I do a dum and a I do a day. I do a dum and a I do a day. A wee bird come to my apron. As I was walking down the street, silver slippers on my feet, and I, my friends, I'd all well to meet. There's a bra lad beneath my apron. We are I do a dum and I do a day. I do a dum and I do a day. I do a dum and I do a day. A wee bird come to my apron. Where's Alan? Has he disappeared?
No, I'm here.
Oh. Well, I told a story last night, but you wasn't here. And it's about you.
Oh, it must be a clean story then.
Alan was in this desert. He was abandoned in this desert island for 10 years. So he sees a wee speck in the distance, you see, and I come closer and closer. And out from the water came this beautiful young lady called Rona. She came out of the water, you see, clad in this beautiful wetsuit, you see. So she says to Alan, she says, well, I can't, he doesn't smoke, but anyway. She says, how long is it since you've had a smoke? Oh, he says, 10 years. So she unzipped a zippy in a wetsuit and she pulled out a packet of fags and, oh, he says, that's just bliss. And how long is it since you've had a dram? Oh, he says, just 12 minutes ago. No. He says, 10 years. Well, she's unzipped another zip in her suit and out she come with a flask of whiskey. Oh, he was just in his element, you see. So she started zipping down her wetsuit, you see, and she says, and how long have you played around? He says, didn't tell me you've a set of golf clubs in here and that. This is a wee song. I don't ken. It's just a song I ken. It's called Logie o' Buchan. Oh Logie o' Buchan, oh Logie the laird, they ta'en a wa Jamie that dealt in the yard, though he played on the pipes and the viol sae bra, they ta'en a wa Jamie the floor o' the ma. He said, think nae lang lassie, though I gang awa, and I'll come and see ye in spite o' them all. Though Sandy has ous'n his gear and his kye, a hoose and a hodden and siller forby, I would talk my lad with his staff in his hand, afore I'd hae him with his hoosies and said, think nae lang, lassie, though I gang awa, and I'll come and see you in spite o' them all. My mither is sulky, my mither is sure, they frowned upon Jamie because he is poor, though I like them as well as a daughter should do. They are nae half sae dear to me, Jamie, as you. He said, think nae lang, lassie, though I gang awa, and I'll be beside ye afore I get to war. I sit at my creepy and I spin at my wheel, and I think, oh, that laddie that lured me sae weel. He had but a saxpence, he brak it in twa, and he gave me the half o't when he gaed awa. He said, think nae lang, lassie, though I gang awa, and I'll come and see you in spite o' them all. He said, think nae lang, lassie, though I gang awa, and I'll come and see you in spite o' them all. Right, we'll finish off my set. We are a bothy ballad, I'm sure you are ken. It's Nicky Towns. When I was only 10-year-old, I left the parish squeal. My father feed me tae the means to chars, milk and meal. I first put on my mirror bricks to have my spinel trams, sang buckled round my knabbin knees, a pair of Nicky Towns. Well, first I get on for Bailey Loon, and syne I got on for third, and syne of course I had to get the horseman's gripping word. A loaf of bread to be my piece, a bottle for drinking drams, but you canna gang through the calf house door without your Nicky Towns. The farmer that I'm with and knew, he's wealthy but he's mean. Though Corin's chap, his horse is thin, his harness fairly dean. He gars us load of herts or foo, his conscience has nae qualms, but fin breestraps brak, there's nothing like a pair of Nicky Towns. I'm courting bonny Annie Nura Thompson's kitschy deem. She is 45 and I'm but 17. She clorts a muckle piece in me with different kinds of jam, and tells me elk and neck that she admires my Nicky Towns. A Sunday morning I set off the khaki for to gang. My collar it was uncontact, my bricks were nae nor long. I had my Bible in my pooch, likewise my book of Psalms. Then Annie roars, you muckle gape, tak off your Nicky Towns. Well, Uncle Swear I took them off, the lassie for to please. But I my bricks they lack it up, a run about my knees. I was good crawling up my leg in the middle of the psalm. So never again will I ride to the kirk without my Nicky Towns. I've often thought I'd like to be a bobby on the force, or maybe I'll gang to the cars and drive a pair of horse. But whatever it's my lot to be, the bobbies or happy days I wore my Nicky Tams. Thank you very much.
Hi, that's Stuart, ladies and gentlemen. Brilliant. Thank you, Myra. A fabulous performance. Next up, we've got a young man from Netherline. That's it. Aye, right. We've got a young man from Netherline plus an accompanist, apparently. After a wee minty is the official description of what's happening, which is good that they get what they're doing. So, Geordie Murison is the next up, and he was second in the Bothy Ballad competition today, and he's blaming me for being second because I told him for to sing. But it was only fair because he told me for to sing and I wasn't even second. So. Are you ready, Mr. Murison? Oh, he's just tuning his guitar, he's not tuning his throat because that gets fits doing. So a big hand, ladies and gentlemen, for Geordie Murison.
Good like, folks. Great to be back in the bowling club again. Keith, a wee signature tune with chorus with some great singers around here tonight. So we'll just there we go. At the little craft upon the hill, a heron and yoke face Brody's mill. Try lies life the time to kill lived. Geordie McIntyre, he'd a wife I sweared some sail, a daughter his blacks I'll nick 'em sail. They had some fun, had a lot of smell at the mucking of Geordie's byre. The grape that was tint and the besom was deep, the barred when the row was clean. Sick in a sauce that never was seen, the mucking of Geordie's byre. Knew the daughter she'd to stray and meet, the old wife started to swipe the grape, and Geordie fell sklight on a rotten neep at the mucking of Geordie's byre. Then the grape come Geordie Sue, she stood up a hen the coo. The cook got out off at a stew at the mucking of Geordie's byre. The grape was tint, the besom was dean, the bar when the row was clean. Sick in a sauce that never was seen, the mucking of Geordie's byre. Knew the old wife she was booing doon, the Sioux good kick it on the croon, stuck its heat up the wifey's goon, been through Geordie's byre. The daughter come through the barn door, seeing her mother let out a roar. To the midden she ran, fell over the board at the mucking of Geordie's byre. The grape was tint, the besom was dean, the bar when the row was clean. Sick in a sauce that never was seen, at the mucking of Geordie's byre. Knew the boar he loved the mitten dykes, and o'er the rigs with Geordie's take. The baith ran into a Bumby's bike at the mucking of Geordie's byre. The cocks and hens began to craw, beating astride the Sioux the saw. The postie shelf had run off of the mucking of Geordie's byre. The grape was tint, the besom was dean, the bar when the row was clean. Sick in a sauce that never was seen, at the mucking of Geordie's byre. Knew a 100 year it's past and mere, for Sporodies was the hell it's bare. The crafts a war, you'll see them here o' the mucking of Geordie's byre. Folk a deed and a war long sign, but in case his memory he should time, just whistle this tune to keep ye in mind with the mucking of Geordie's byre. The grape was tint, the besom was dean, barred when the row was lean. Sick in a sauce that never was seen, at the mucking of Geordie's byre. Well, so folks, thank you. I think, wouldn't it be Keith if an Ian Middleton song? Of course, Ian's got a sign of the Times at my pal, John Valentine, used to do it. I kind of tiental, it kind of just tells the demise of the bachelor crafter, and there used to be 12 of the half before I was brought up, and there were gay roch lads files, well, they all kent all the swear words on the way when he was working with the sheep, so the way could get it to work, this is with that. But Scottman, he was a great lad with his liners and all. Scottman said, well, Mackenzie, and I kind of seen Ian wrote to see for Willie, it was, come in, him for a bus run. The men not out over and lined up at the back of the hedge. The bushes, some scanty, and Joe got reseated. His wife, she flew into a rage. We saw the hell out of you, full frontal view. Even I did, and I've got Pierine. What an affront to the women aboard. Ah, but Joe, I was recht brood over him. So, we'll try and see whatever. There's some recht door in this in the town. Charlie baby himself in a ramshackle bacht, and jacket brave face cooked it up to the dracht, for he kept a few jukes, I alter a swine, a half dozen note, but I knew who the kind, like his note, his machinery, it wasn't a great deal. He'd a wee Davy Brown near his halsome sail. She had a piocheren host. She was seldom a thoot, and a chap fair and a mass hair needin' out. Knew the place he'd been driven for heather and fun, some 40-odd acre of marginal grun, for rushes and tansies, as weel as knaps, tried sair to mark and roads and Connacht his craps. 'Twas a gay uphill trachel, the weather made war, files drachted and stewy, files widen them and glar. Aye, essentials and money times short in supply, but he thickened his belt and I seemed to win by no modern conveniences. Charlie had none, his house was peat ricket, his furniture dean. He'd a wireless for company, a tele for lacht, and a muckle calf bed for he sleeped a nacht, and on for a wash or for sweeling a sark. He'd the pale water in for a wall of the park, and lost was a thought files should nature require, for the loo was outside at the gale o' the byre. Heavy nae none you hoot, folk half times would spear, but it's hard to gie up for die vrocht for the year. He would puddle a wawit as long as he was fit, and he felt he'd a year or 12 left in him yet. But all age creeped on, he grew short to the step, nae longer could hunnel a spade or a grape. Come time the place was no workit ava, and we naebody to leave till he slipped awa. 7 years has gone by, sin at last saw a plew. A winner for Charlie would think were new. His shifties there are in a sort of a state, with a hell clawing back for Dean's riven fate. And gin rumour be true, it'll nae be long bear. Come time folk'll nae even ken it been there. For the forestry's bulldozed his steadin' and hoose, to mark way for the planting. Oh, larrikin spruce, even young with the times. If you want to survive, the all-wise they're redundant, forever we strive. Charlie's old-fashioned methods, they're long out of date, and a world far we're socht to grow mair and mair met. Is the change for the better? Well, I'm nae going to say, it's 'gainst the Grand Mountain, as weel as the spray. I only time it'll tell, gin they've gotten things recht. Aye, but as far to fagen, ye flee a great hecht. Sing it. song here. This is a request for you. I don't get many requests. I did suggest this guitar's over big up was one of them, but this is a good for Jock Duncan actually. It's a great story. He's a lad for his home and he's along with the farmer's daughter of mine. You've only the feed lads that looked at my sister's Marlman with the down the road. You don't have one. This is called Demise Bonnie daughter. And there's a great chorus, and we didn't sing a chorus, you'll really get fed up with the verses. Was he what's the market day? It's full of lads that feel. Oh, and I engaged to bring her love, his foremost lad to be. I'm at Demise Bonnie daughter, sing your chorus. I thought I ever saw I Johnny Wilson's body, Maggie Hall. She stole my heart, a one who I and him did ring his tune. It's all things suited me, oh, for Elkathan, how about the place Dread could be a for Demise Bonnie daughter. For I ever saw I Johnny Wilson's body, Maggie stole my love. It's all the maiden of the tune. The pen could have portrait, I will call one something, stole my heart the one, after Demise Bonnie daughter. Oh, for I saw a Johnny Wilson's body, Maria, stole was a summer's evening noon, and I strolled through the town, and I met with Maggie on the banks was there beside I would Demise Bonnie daughter. I for I ever saw Johnny Wilson's body, Maria stole my one a whisper come dearest dear. My heart comes out to thee, and we consent to be one and rapture now would be Demise Bonnie daughter. For I ever saw I Johnny Wilson's body, Maria stole my love. Now let's join our hands in wedlock arms. Married we will be, by father's not a thing, oh, and he in where people as of thee. Demise Bonnie daughter. Oh, for I ever saw Johnny Wilson's body, Maria stole my a merry time. Happy we will be, oh success they'll couple and love, but it's the same as me. It's your last chance, let's hear it. I bring his body of love, oh for I ever saw, Johnny Wilson for everybody, stole my head Alright, so we'll do you'll probably mind the Stevie Ingalls, and he did kind of associated with his love songs. He did write a lot of sort of nonsense songs like Jeannie McNulty, I've got a house in the multi, I've got a house in the multi, now I can look down on you, now the plumber he come up to your door, now listen here is the rub. Said, is your shite house now working? I said, no, he's across in the pub. What's the kind of thing? But that's what, and actually, Stevie wrote this for his lovely wife Margaret, but I have to say I'm going to plagiarise this song a wee bit tonight, and I'm going to dedicate it to that lovely woman that's put up with me for 50 years and more. Seems I spent near holidays this 17 years of maybe hardly. I searching for the kind of things I can't just mislead them. It's been a while to figure it new, but new I realize all the things that I've been looking for, they were here before my eyes. Oh, she's honest and she's bonny and she's all the world to me, and I swear that I will love her right till the day I leave. Oh, the lassies that I've kept, she's far than them all. Yes, she's a lassie I from Shetland, and she stole my head. Now I travel round this country, with my old JCB. I hope can hold sign for the man, I just am a fee. I've done some wheeling, dealing, some things best left unsaid. Oh, but the day I married my Shetland lass, it was the best deal that I made. Oh, she's honest and she's bonny and she's all the world to me. I must swear that I will love her right until the day I leave. Oh, lassies that I've kept, she's far better than all. She's a lassie I from Shetland, and she stole my hand away. Do they say there's someone in this world that's meant for only you? And they speak of fate and destiny, I think it must be true. For some other hand has had it planned, oh new at last I see. I was chasing my Shetland lass, I when she was back with me. For she's honest and never lie. Be sure to cry and pass. It's there we hear in the Tucson, the place that we love best. Rambling days are over, peaceful days of past. Say happy and contented, and my shepherd last. She lost John, she's honest, and she's bonny, she's all the world to me. And I swear that I will love her right till the day I meet. Oh, the lassie's blind, she's far and long. She's a lassie of Fisherman, and she stole my heart along. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, on fiddle, Anne Mitchell, and the brilliant Jordan Newson. Fabulous stuff. Now, just before we get the last act on, I've got to remind you there is a raffle, and if you haven't bought a raffle, there's this CD is in the raffle. And it's wait till I read it, it's got I Get Up Behalf of Alan Taylor. And I was also told to tell you, I introduced myself, so I'm Alan Taylor. So this is my CD, if you want to win it, you need to buy a raffle. However, if you want to buy some real music, Peter Wood's got a CD, a DVD, and a book. They're all £10 each, and they're all brilliant. Oh, it's a CD. Oh, it's a CD. It's a CD. It looks like a DVD in a DVD case. That's that Folkfish Shetland for you. But they're all brilliant. And as you know, well, I hope you know that Peter and Andy have been doing great things on Facebook every week through the COVID lockdown and just keeping everybody entertained and music for Scotland as well as he's saying. We think it Peter's done, so please support them by buying his brilliant music. Now, just in case you want to buy my CD, when they're getting set up, I'm going to sing a wee song that's on the CD. That was a cute little wee step there, like. It's just a wee on there, it's all Jimmy Cool. Happy birthday for you, Sir Jimmy. Anyway, it's a wee song. Mike Rooney had a wee craft in Merthick, just doing the road for Charlie Allen. Charlie wrote a song about Gordon Patterson for was his main man when there was only one man left. This is Lonely the Bothy. And if you get it, please join in. If you don't get it, well, join in. Nu when I get home to the wheel, the boss in a clue. He couldn't back a tractor cap, there's no way he could blew. Therefore I got other work to do that suited me just fine. And a bed in a little tamer bothy, for the Calvins they blanet my tamer bothy door, and the moosies they drink and undo the knot holes in the floor, but that's neither the worst. Sing up. That's better. I can throw, for it's lonely at night in the bothy. New I sought them on his fancy balls and put them down to Perth, for I ken I am the best showman that ever was. but when all the judging's over, and when all the silver's won, well, it's back to my little Timothy, for the Calvins they blown in it, my discomfort I can throw, for it's lonely at night in the bothy. We'll no wife to tie me down, so I'm on the loose, and nearly elke nacht I'm down at Waldy's public house. Will you cannot blame a man for taking comforts where he can, for it's lonely at night in the bothy, celestials, for the Calvins they blown in it. Oh, you get it once, that's good. And Lucy's they drinking and the knuckles in the floor, but that's neither was or being here. Discomforts I can throw, for it's lonely at night in the bothy. Aye, it's lonely at night in the bothy. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a great first half, and to round off for Shetland, despite delayed trips to Loganair, please welcome Peter Wood and Andy Kane.
Why? He obviously didn't care. I was coming in, this is way too high for me. Why had a fine evening? Good. You want to say hello?
Hello.
There you go.
Great to see so many folk here. Absolutely fantastic. Somebody said earlier on there that they weren't really into the internet thing and that. Well, over the lockdowns I've done a couple of videos.
Oh, fair see.
One or two. And it's been fantastic. And it's actually been great to come here this weekend again and meet so many folk that I've actually met on the internet but never met them. So it's really quite nice that it's up a good. Edna's sitting here. We've not met Edna. That's Edna.
Wow.
We ken a lot of things.
Are you Edna?
Yeah.
No way.
That's Edna. And that's a man as well.
Oh, sorry, Edna.
Right.
Must be the wrong Edna.
And there's Douglas Watson for Stornoway. Up the back there as well.
Is he with Edna?
No, he's not with Edna.
Oh, okay.
And if you ever go to Stornoway, folks, don't make the mistake that I did. I stopped on the street and I said to this old wife, where's the best butcher shop to get black pudding? Gosh. Wizard never asked. Apparently they've all got different recipes and she told me nearly every recipe. And then just at the end it said, but it depends what you like. And that was it. So I was none the wiser. Anyway, listen, thank you very much. I was Liverton Pipe Band and the train journey north will dedicate the train journey north to Loganair. Because when I get home I'm campaigning for a tunnel and a train, I'll tell you. We could have got here quicker yesterday with a rowing boat, never mind anything else. That's that. So that's my advert for Loganair, over.
I'm sure you wouldn't have bloody road either.
I think we're supposed to go back tomorrow, aren't we? Sometime. Anyway, that was that. Listen, I'm going to play it, we're going to slow it down just a wee bit here. Here's a couple of tunes that I wrote myself. The first one I wrote for my wee lass Grace, who's now 8. But about 2 years ago, I was awful chuffed. Alistair Fraser, the fiddler out in America, and the San Francisco Fiddlers recorded this tune in their concert. And somebody sent me a video, and I was fair chuffed. Alistair Fraser and the San Francisco Fiddlers. So I let Grace hear it, and I said, Grace, look, listen to this, listen. And she went, Dad, would you turn that off? I'm watching the telly. So you can't win, really. So the first one's a wee tune called Grace Elizabeth Wood. The second one is a tune I wrote for my wife Karen. And it's the one she went down the aisle to when we got married. And we've been married for 10 years now, and it's been like a fairy tale. Grim. But no. Didn't tell her I said that. That's terrible. Anyway. Enjoy these.
You get it. Kinda.
By the way, Andy, see this? Sneaking about with my book here, because he's no learnt the tunes. Is that not terrible?
£10 cheap at half the price.
Yeah, if anybody's wanting a CD or a book, up at the back at break time. They're all £10. They're usually £15, but we're giving you them for 10 tonight. So, and the CDs are 10, and that would be great if you could buy some, because I could fill the car up with petrol. And that would be nice. I was up in Walsall the other day, the island, and I put 20 quid in the car. Well, I filled the car up actually, and I went into the guy and he says how much it was, and I was like, oh, I says, you realise the value of my car's just doubled, filling it with petrol these days.
side. Edna, we've caught you. A Bonnie tune, isn't it?
Right, this next, the police are still here.
Do you invite them in?
They've been here a while. Wonder if they'll get any requests.
They could buy a CD.
Yeah. Somebody sell that pair of CDs. Right, okay. You better watch yourself. Your car will be getting marked outside anyway, that's for sure. Right. Now then, here's a wee two-step for you this time. It's a tune called Sandy's Shetland Stag Week, a tune I wrote for my pal Sandy about 25 years ago when he came up to Shetland for his stag week. And that was that, so we wrote it and we had quite a week, and he ended up divorced. And he got married again. But I didn't write him a tune the second time because I thought this is getting ridiculous. And I'm glad I didn't, because that's over as well, so it's not making a very blooming good job, I think. So anyway, this is Sandy's Shetland Stag Week.
He didn't like your tunes.
No. something for the first time ever today, and that was the Bothy Ballad competition this afternoon. And I'd seen it in telly and things like that, and videos and things, but I'd never seen it in real life. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was absolutely fantastic. All the competitors, I couldn't get over the sense of a big family. It's just amazing. Everybody was on everybody's side. It was fantastic. It wasn't like a clique or anything. Everybody just had fun and sung, and everybody singing in the room along. I thought it was magic to hear today again. So that was just brilliant. Pure enjoyed it. And we were lucky. 2 weekends ago we were at Orkney Folk Festival, and we were lucky to have Joe and Alan and Geordie was there. Who else? Scott was there. Scott was there as well. Geordie and Scott was there. So we got a kind of wee dress rehearsal of what was going to happen. So it was good, but it's fantastic to be here and see it all happen. It was great. Anyway, a lot of the Bothy ballads are, of course, agriculture in mind. So this is our stab at culture. This is a wee French piece, because Andy's quite fond of a wee French. You heard that?
Oh, that's course.
What's this called?
Hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw, up there. Hello. Well, that's us coming to the end, because you're about to be getting fed up of us, we know. So we'll finish off with a few jigs and a couple of reels as well.
Thank you much to the festival for inviting us along. It's been an absolutely super weekend.
We will be back. Well, maybe we might get back. You do realise the only reason we're here, we're cheaper than Phil Cunningham and Ali Bain. And we didn't drink as much whiskey either. Well, you might.
And I'm slightly better looking.
Aye. You're better as well.
Thanks very much, it's been brilliant being with you today, and we'll hopefully see you later on. Oh, and mind we've got CDs for sale.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the cane of limited amount of time to carry these fabulous acts in the second half, Tom. So, but what a fast half it's been. Absolutely fantastic music. Great to see music with a smile on its face. You've been a fabulous audience in the first half. I'm sure they'll be equally as good in the second half. We'll get a wee break until 10:15 when we've got the Quigs to start us off. And we'll hear the raffle between the Quigs and the Mayfield group. So enjoy a 10-minute break and we'll see you in 10 minutes time.
Get the audience to sign across there, man. It's like trying to raise the dead. For hell, no such problem here. Try it. Try it. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Time to get ready. We're sailing away. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Time to get ready, we're sailing. lights out and holding the moon. Sometimes not a fish to be seen. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, time to get ready, we're sailing away. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, time to get ready to sail. We'll be cold, tired and hungry and drenched to the skin when we head back to Stornoway town. But with our catch safely landed, we'll have a good draft in the Clachan, the Lewis or the Crown. 5 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, time to get ready, we're sailing away. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, time to get ready to sail. Last time, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, time to get ready, we're sailing away. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, time to get ready to sail. It's time to get ready to sail.
Wow! The Quakes, ladies and gentlemen. You think do you think we could persuade them to do one more? Are you really sure? That's well. Stephen, could you do one more, please? He says, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Quakes.
Now, I know we're in Keith and we're amongst the real Scotland here. We all the bothy ballads and all that sort of stuff. And this is when we live in Ayrshire, you know. Robbie Burns, he's just a fake. But our big hero in folk music, he's not Scottish at all. He's a man called Pete Seeger, and Pete Seeger is he is the father of folk music. I don't know if he's the father of bothy ballads, but he is the father of folk music.
That's Joe Egan.
He's the father of folk music the world over, as far as we're concerned, and a big hero of my wife Pernille's. And she's Danish, so he got to Denmark as well.
He did.
When you were very small.
He got to the Tuna Festival, which was a very big folk festival in Denmark, and he played there in 91, I think it was. 1990. I never got to see him because I wasn't old enough. I was only 13 at the time. So.
Don't say that.
Why should I not say that? But it was great because my parents recorded it, and I had a little videotape that I watched every day when I came home from school. That was my viewing. There wasn't many of my friends that had the same interest. I've always had a thing about old men with banjos.
Are you hearing that, Danny Cooper? He's calling about you. That's right, I agree. Listen, thanks very much. I'm going to sing this song. It's a song that sadly just seems to stay in the psyche and stay relevant.
And a Pete Seeger song, you must sing along.
That's right. Thank you very much. It's been lovely. Cheers.
Where have all the flowers
on, Stephen. The flags. Fabulous stuff. Brilliant. Thank you very much, folks. That was just superb. Now, just when you thought the night couldn't get any better, we're going to do the raffle. We maybe need the lights up just so folk can see their tickets, because it might be cheating them if we didn't have the lights up so they can see what their day we're in. Can somebody put the lights on, please? It's the lights on in here, by the way. And when we're doing a raffle, the Mayfield group will be setting up, so they get concerned. How you doing, Jane? Good. Ah, hey! And they've got colour gas now, and lots of light. So what's a bit of fix? Right, eyes down for first number. A line, four corners, or a full hook. Oh no, it's around. We're doing the bingo. No, so it's a raffle. Right. This is a big good side thing for a CD. You're alright, it's not mine. Big 300. Big good side 300. We have big good side border, Betty. Ah, yes. They're coming from behind you. It's behind you. Right, this is an orange, well, oranges kind of ticket all the way through. 856. 856 orange for a milk tray. Now at the far side, at that side. That's a light lime green. 425 lime green. Down here. I say it's white or fight, depending on how you come from. Fight 236. Well done, Joyce. That's in there, orangey. No, I don't, that's upside down. 902 orange. Well, orange. Yes, it's Fullerton bar. That's a pink border. If you're negative with a pink border, you're good. No, you don't want it just because you've got a pink border. This is 469 with a pink border. 469 with a pink border. Oh, you've sorted. Morag, are you putting it back? Anyway, this is fight again. 115 white. Hey. A pink border again. 221 pink border. Ah, your dog's working, Duncan. Did you find somebody with a 221 with a pink border? Pink border, 221. 221 pink border. Going once. Going twice. Last call for pink 221. Right, we'll do it again. Yellow border. 410, 410 yellow border. Orange. Oh, that's a brilliant raffle, listen. Orange 810. 810. I can't believe you did with that raffle, but never mind. It's lime green, 299. 299 lime green. Let's spell Geoffrey. I'm sorry about that, Bill. Now, this was donated by the Bowling Club, and we must thank the Bowling Club for all their facilities over the weekend. And this white or a fight ticket. It is 299. 299 fight. Oh, well done, Alan. Alan Pryor, I love you. Now, this is what's the bowling club to need this again? Christ, there's a lot of drink to try to get rid of. A yellow border, 317 yellow border. 317 yellow border. Oh, the lady here in the middle. Oh, you've got it. Now, that last in was the second last in. And because that was the second last in, that means this is the last in. I was good at maths at school again. Anyway, this is fight, or white, 272 white. It's Matt Donaldson. Thank you to everybody that bought the raffles today at Raffles, sold the raffles, and all the rest of it. Behind, best order, please. Oh, he's down for fifth. I'll do a song. Aye. I mean, you would think that we went in a good introduction. Anyway, they're getting ready, so Bill Jaffrey down here is down here the purple sack, and he won a great CD. He's asked for a song. Anyway, in the meantime, for they're just finishing setting up, we're going to sing a sweet song. I'll get rid of my beer. Thank you. Now, that's a song requested by Bill Jaffrey. It's on the seat of an old pair of drawers. Written by Middleton. Old Davies, we hussy a humble abode. For the day it was bigot, it faced the main road. We a back out wheel hidden for traffic and by. And Davy himself would hit neither way. But the Falcon Authority seen let them see. The canoe with the change, oh, a change there would be. They would nae be denied, or the only excuse. So they built a new road, bend the back o' his house. Of course, with the change for the old and new. For the Dean's being wheel hidden was open to view. We are passing to his fair royalty to Pope. So I hanged Davy hung out in his robe. Now it wasn't that Davy had muggled to hide, nor yet was he our sair bothered with pride. But an old pair of drawers, bought in 1902, was shortly to cause a guy hullabaloo. To the garment in question he got unattached, in spite of the fact they were darned patched on no various colours. It changed we all look, fair black at the front row to read it out. At the eye of its wick they were washed and hung out, a gaudy concoction, no doubt for repute. It caused a long tail block, all lorries and cars, for nobody had seen sic a droll pair of drawers. When it come to their notice, the council stepped in, declared that the eyes were thrown in a ban, till a tourist board money said, "Dinna be feel, they've tremendous potential for tourist appeal." So the Council for Thought and we government aid constructed a lay-by for parking instead. His wheel is a coffee, we twa cocktail bars for a toast could be drunken to all Davy's draws. Davy soon realised there was cash to be made, started a business way out of his shed, charging 65p for a snap at close rate. Aye, in the time of he passed my chain. Now the local gazette give makers a space, come tie me one hand to the national press. But although he had risen to rank with the stars, his whole reputation was based on his bars. Now the soap manufacturers vied for his trade, and money's a lucrative offer was made. For free washing powder to weekends in France, Grey granted him exclusive control of his pants. It had worn him from sojourn, seen good about, and a colonel was set to dispel on a doot. Davy seen let them ken they'd been worn in 2 wars, so a long service medal was praying till his draws. Fin news of the show penetrated down south. Some members of Parliament deemed it uncouth. We others can follow and can it obscene, and tabling the motion that action between. But it seemed that the story had no appeal, and some radical changes were made at the squeal. For they took the decision to drop it 3 hours. He listens instead about old Davy's draws. But he enacted his washing hung out in the tow. A storm force wind fuzzled fair bin the how. It soaked up his clothes, near thing did it spare, and a hay line o' washing teen off in mid-air. Davy tried hard to save, but he hadn't a chance, as his draws for one did a failure wheel dance. So if ever you hear a troll sacked on Mars, I wouldn't mind better. It's Davy's Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the Mayfield group, the Macri.
the March to Spain Beer, Eagles and Seven Thistles, Miss Lyle and the Drummer. We're going to continue now with two waltzes, Iona Boat from Mavis and I've forgotten the name. Come over.
Oh,
That's it.
got me either.
What are we? Waltzes. Yes. Self versus.
That's what you.
Thank you very much. I thought I might see some dancers there, but there's not a lot of room, so maybe not. We're going to have Brimar Gathering into Gargan Gap. One, two. us tonight. That was Leaving Lerwick Harbour, which I'm sure most of you knew that. We're going to finish off with a set of Shetland reels, the Tishker, Miss Susan Cooper and Scooty Scary. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mayfield group, I think your applause says it all. Wasn't that just fantastic? Once more for Mayfield group. Just brilliant stuff. I mean, they're great, but you're a fantastic audience. That every artist says, the people in the hall tonight are just fantastic. I don't know if I want you to buy my drink, that's what they said anyway. Anyway, we'll better mention the sponsors again. So the sponsors are Peterkin Solicitors. There's obviously a few folk who's in here tonight. There's Colin Cooksack in the hall. He was here a minute ago. With Tiny Green Clean. Yeah, you know, yeah, cheer up for our brother. What a lassie. And then a gin company called, it's too dark and I've got up my glasses. Rose Hill Springs. So, next up we have a young man. No, hold on, wait a minute. Colin, can you give a look at the programme again? It's maybe not a young man. We've got a gentleman. No, that's maybe not right either. But we've got a lad, a Barry, 7 times Bothy Ballad Champion of Champions. A former Scots Singer of the Year. And 2 weeks ago, what a hero he was. We were up in Orkney. Him and Johnny Murison were in their 6th nip. And I got a phone call from Robert Gibbon, the director of the Orkney Folk Festival. But I missed the call and I thought I'd better phone him back. I thought, Bob, how are you doing? Hi Alan, we've got a wee bit of problem. Madison Violet, it's on the beautiful group from Canada, Raffle, and they're gonna do the Harry concert tonight. And I was emceeing the Harry concert. Did you see Joe Aiken and Geordie Murison were with you? Ah, he says I did. He says, would there be any chance that you three could stand in for Madison Violet? Oh, he says, well, I could. But I'd better go and consult my pals, because they're in their sixth nip. Oh, and it wasn't water, like, well, they had water, but it was whiskey. So I get in, but because they're in their sixth nip, they says, oh, no problem at all, boys. So anyway, we went on stage, we were introduced by Edwina Hayes, we come off stage, the crowd liked it, which was good. And Joe said, it's the first time I've paid £20 to watch the audience. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's Nick Payne tonight. Please welcome Joe Aiken. Hi, Dave. Oh, that's for your drink, Joe. I think you're going to sit down.
Jeez, I thought he was never going to finish. Thank you for the big build-up, Alan.
You're welcome.
And now I've forgotten what to sing.
It was a song.
Right, I'm going to start off with the berry fields of Blair. If you're like me and had a hard upbringing, you maybe would have had to go and pick berries to make money for your skill plays, and times were hard. But this is a song that was written by the late great Bill Stewart, well back in the 1930s. When they were picking berries, they just got paid for what they picked. It wasn't a wage, it was piecework. So. When berry time comes round each year, Blair's population swelling. There's every kind of picker there, there's every kind of dwelling. There's tents and huts and caravans, there's bothies and there's bivvies. There's shelters made with tatty bags and dugouts made with divvies. There's corner boys fae Glasgow, kettle boilers fae Lochee. There's miners fae the pits of Fife, mill workers fae Dundee. There's fisher folk fae Peterhead and tramps fae everywhere, trying to make a living off the berry fields of Blair. There's travellers fae the Western Isles, fae Armagh and Skye, fae Harris, Lewis and Kyle's a Butte, they've come their luck to try. Fae Inverness and Aberdeen, fae Stornoway and Wick, flock to Blair at berry time, the straws and rush to pick. There's some wha earn a pound or twa, some canna earn their keep. There's some would work fae morn to night, and some would rather sleep. There's some wha have to pick or starve, there's some wha dinna care, there's some wha bless and some wha curse the berry fields of Blair. There's families picking for a purse, there's some wha pickling. There's men wha share and share alike, we wives that's know their in. There's sadness and there's gladness too. There's happy hearts and sair. There's comedy and tragedy played on the fields of Blair. But afore I put my pen awa, it's this I'd like to say. You'll travel far afore you'll meet a kinder lot than they. For I've mixed with them in field and pub, and while I breath to spare, I'll bless the hand that led me to the berry fields of Blair.
Now, I've had a request, but I said no. I was invited to the Keith Festival to sing, so I'm going to sing. This is a song I actually got it at a Keith Festival. Somebody handed me a tape many years ago and said, there's a song on there, Joe, that you would like. And it's the 14 in. It was just a tape that somebody had made up. It was various, and I didn't even ken who I was singing it. But it was called Shanks of Barhead. And years later, I found out who had written it, and it was called, he had named it The Porcelain Waltz. But I still think it's better called Shanks of Barhead. There's nobody famous or even well known in the town where I grew up and proud to call home. There's only a factory sits on the banks by Leveren's clear water, that factory Shanks. Now you're gonna ask me what's in the name that's known throughout Europe from Belgium to Spain. In Vatican City, the heartbeat of Rome, where even His Holiness sits on your throne. To this famous company we must give thanks. If you're European in Shanks, in some foreign lavatory, all on my own, calling for God on the white telephone. It's down on my knees as I lower my head. In front of my eyes I see Shanks of Barhead. Although I have travelled far over the tide, the name of my home stirs a deep sense of pride. When I see a urinal that's made in Barhead, it makes the hair stand on the back of my neck. To this famous company we must give thanks. If you're European in Shanks. Space Shuttle Columbia flies past the moon. It's been there for days, just going around. It's all very secretive, I'll be quite frank, but they're only testing new toilets for Shanks. There's urinals, there's bathtubs, there's lavatory tanks, all over this universe, all made by Shanks. When you've heard this song, I know just what you'll do. You'll look for the name when you visit the loo. To this famous company we must give thanks. If you're European in Shanks. Right. Well, there must be a bar out there now. Eh? Oh, right. I had a set all made up, and it's all going out the window. It seems to be. So, what was it singing next on?
You were singing a song next.
Oh, thank you very much. That's a big help. Aye. Oh, the Twagad. I sang it last night. We're coming to Northern Wind, aye. Well, I met Twagad in the road, quarreling like to kill. Get it with sacks or 7 mile to Yuntun out over the hill. Well, I had my supper and my puke, and all my time is free, and be it sacks or 7 mile to some town. Well, what's the odds to me? Oh, I tramps the country up and down, at money's an or a job I'm hired. But I see nae sense in rocks in myself, and I'll nae work when I'm tired. For I just need a nuke to keep myself. My dose cost me nae fee, and be it sacks or 7 mile to some town. Well, what's the odds to me? No, I've never taken to the women folk, nae doubt they've never taken to me. So the road I'm on tak is a lonely road, we for was no I couldn't farty. And the bed I'm on mark is a lonely bed, in some dyke or below some tree. And be it sacks or 7 mile to some town. Well, what's the odds to me? Oh, I pity folk, oh gentle birth, tied up with parasols and pedigrees. Gin they could throw their shackles off, then like me they'd be truly free. For I was born in a dry Stendike, in a dry Stendike all day, and be it sacks or 7 mile to some town. Well, what's the odds to me? It's alright, you don't hit a clap, I'm doing another one anyway. I'm going to finish off this wee spot or blemish. Actually, I was just thinking, when I started coming to Keith Festival, mobile phones hadn't been invented. And now, hands up, how many folks got their mobile phones sitting on the table in front of them? Why? Why? Are you expecting a pregnancy test or what is so important that you've got your mobile phone sitting on the table in front of you?
I was expecting Joey to ask me if I was near a drink.
I'm going to sing this song in memory of Jim Reid, and nobody could sing it like Jim, but I think we should remember Jim, and this to me was his, I think this was Jim's classic, The Wild Geese. Oh, tell me what was on your road. my mind. My feet hae travelled England, but I'm deeing for the north. My man, I saw the siller tides ran up the Firth o' Forth. I went to ken them Whelan and find they fond rise, and fain I'd feel the creeping mist on yonder shore that lies. But tell me as ye pass them by, which side on your way? My man, I rock the roving gulls that sail up in the Tay. But saw ye nothing Leon afore ye come to Fife? For there's muckle lying yonder Tay that's mair to me nor life. My man, I swept the Angus berries that ye hadna trod for years. Oh, when forgie a himless loon that canna see for tears. And high up in the Angus straths I saw the wild geese flee, a long, long skin o' beaten wings with their heads towards the sea. And I their crying voices drilled a anthem on the air. Oh, when TMSA had you wished for a darna listen.
Your applause and the shouts for the crowd say it all. It was just fantastic. Please get up for Joe Egan. Now you made a big mistake because you shouted for mayor. So you're good to get mayor. But we're going to invite back one of the previous guests, Johnny Pearson. And in absence of somebody better than you're going to have me as well. I know. So, right. We need it. Aye. Right, so. We need to get you still awake. So can you all just clap your hands twice?
No, that's right.
Right. No, do that way. This way.
Anyway,
Christ, I'm never good at it.
I don't know again if you've ever looked at it this way, but when the good Lord put the Fifers into Fife, he had the sense to put the River Forth at the bottom side and the River Tay at the top side to stop them from spreading out the rest of the country. Is there only Fifers in here? Oh,
no, I should have just annoyed three.
Well, the Fifers were actually very clever people, and they built bridges across the Forth and the Tay.
That's how they could escape from Fife. Anyway, you'll join in, and there's a bit in the chorus goes. It goes. I'll tell you, they were much better than what they are.
I'll tell you, Alan Taylor was speaking about the Madison Violet, but we didn't really fit the bill very well, but we did try on a wicked Andy contest, but it didn't make any difference.
Anyway, I have travelled around this country, fair shore to shining shore, fair the much so under the jungles of Loco, but in all these far-flung places, there's none that can compare with Galileo Lumphanen. She's my bonny Maggie Blair. Oh, she's just a Celtic lippy. She'll know that me advice. It's after I be my belly, I'll punch her ticket twice. Her feather's just a waster. Her mother's on the game. She's just a Celtic lippy, but I love her just the same.
Fae the pyramids up in Kelty, to the mansions in Glencraig, we've strolled the rings together in many's a blighted bay. Watch the moon rise over cross hills, or McCaben's golden sands, and many's a happy hour we spent in Lochgilly's happy land. Oh, she's just a Celtic lippy, she'll know that me advice. It's after I did a pillory that I'll punch her ticket twice. Her feather's just a waster, her mother's on the game. She's just a Celtic lippy, but I love her just the same.
Oh, I met her on May 15 that night of the magic lust. I said, hey Mark, but doon your bargain geese a wee bit kiss. Nah, she didn't attack too kindly. She didn't like my chaff. And be the contrary kind of lass as you. Come on, get off!
Oh, she's just a Celtic lippy, she'll know that me advice. It's after I did a pillory that I'll punch her ticket twice. Her feather's just a waster, her mother's on the game. She's just a Celtic lippy, but I love her just the same.
Well, she hasn't got any culture, she drives me around the band, sits at home in her old armchair, reading the People's Friend. Her lapels are full of badges, fair butlins do not care, and she gangs to the bingo, Alcunac with the colours in her hair. Oh, she's just a Celtic lippy, she'll know that me advice. It's after I beat her up by the reed that I'll punch her ticket twice. Her feather's just a waster, her mother's on the game. She's just a Celtic lippy, but I love her just the same. Well, things are a wee bit better now. I've went and got the ring. I won a fae Tom at the pitch and toast last night at the Lindsay Bing. We are a wee black bag in her ticket machine. My heart she didn't snare. She's my lily all unfinished. She's my bunny Maggie Blair. Oh, she's just a Celtic lippy, she'll know that me advice. It's not that beat her up by the reed that I'll punch her ticket twice. Her feather's just a waster, her mother's on the game. She's just a Celtic lippy, but I love her just the same. Ladies and gentlemen, John Wilson, and on my right, Mr. Jewingham. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've had a great evening, because the best is yet to come. Our final act of the evening is the Cruikshank Family Band. Possibly with a few additions or minuses, depending on how you look at it. I'll just hear what we call them to see which one of these it is. Cruikshank. Callum's one of our sponsors tonight with Tidy Green Clean. Aye, well, as the other Colin Stewart said, I got the right hand time without actually reading the thing. Which just shows to show I read enough of things for a boy gonna read's not a good idea. Anyway, well, the Cruikshank band are setting up. I'd like to thank you all for your attendance. You've been a fabulous audience. You've been the far best audience that's been here tonight. And Brian Cruikshank heartily endorses it, he said. So I will hand you over to Colin Cruikshank for a few words. But before I get Colin, it's going to just be a few words. Colin Cruikshank for Tidy Green Clean.
Well, folks, great to see you all in a lot of numbers, and it's great to be back at Keith Festival. I just thought I would say a couple of words why I've sponsored Keith Festival this year. Well, the first reason is, it's quite simple. Keith Festival's been a massive support to all young musicians throughout the northeast of Scotland. My first year at Keith Festival, well, I'll be honest, I can't actually remember much of it, but the reason why the festival is such a support to a lot of young musicians, and you see throughout the festival yourself, there's a lot of young musicians here that wouldn't have the opportunity to play if it wasn't for the festival itself. So I think that's got to be a great thing for the musicians and the festival. A big thank you also to all the committee and all the folk that are involved, from the folk that set up tonight with the PA right through to the folk that, like Alan and Callum here, that support the festival, not just in numbers, but also they do a lot for the festival that you don't see behind the scenes. So it's really simple. I'm supporting the festival tonight because Keith's been great to me, and it's not been so good to me also with the alcohol consumption, but never mind. But also a massive congratulations to everyone involved, and a big thank you to all for turning up tonight for Keith Festival. So thank you very much.
Callum, that was great words, and thank you very much for your sponsorship. It's much appreciated, and I think everybody here will know that what Callum said about encouraging the youngsters and stuff is one of the key things at Keith Festival. The people that are on stage have come through many years of being here for youngsters right up to, well, more than Callum, well, to Joey and Jade Drewy, which is more than most folk can actually remember. Now, we have a wee problem here, apparently. Has somebody seen Jennifer Cruikshank's accordion? That wasn't funny, that was a proper request. Because Jennifer's, well,
I've no accordion, so can I play?
If Jennifer doesn't have an accordion, she cannot play. It's half a joke to play an accordion you don't hear, apparently. Alan for. Oh. Right. If they're looking for an accordion, well, better sing me a song.
Alan, sing a song up there.
Right. Now, if you can't answer a question that Jennifer's looking for an accordion, this song might be far too complicated for you. Because you need to actually listen to keep track of what's going on. Because this is about a boy, well, now many years ago, that's a bit too low. Now many years ago, when I was 23, I got married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her, and soon the two were wed. This met my dad, my son-in-law, which changed my very life. For my daughter was my mother, cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matters, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. This little baby now became a brother-in-law to dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, then that also made him brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. Father's wife now had a son who kept them on the run. He became my grandson, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue. For although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. Now if my wife is my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild. Every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. As though I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. Yeah, I'm my own grandpa. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Yes, I'm my own grandpa. Now, I hope you're listening and carrying on, because there'll be questions of that in the morning. But in the meantime, oh, there's an addition, Mr. Sutherland, on stage.
He's just giving 2 seconds.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in 2019, this fabulous foursome of Callum, Jennifer, Iona and Brian, not necessarily that long enough, they were the Scots Dance Band of the Year, the Scots Trad Awards. So please give a huge welcome to our last act evening, the Cruikshank Family Band.
And I'll be honest, the next year we did one gig, and it was a Greek burnt supper. And that was, I think, COVID.
Well, I'll introduce you to everyone before we start. So I'm the mummy. The very young mummy, just in case you're next out with that, okay? And the very older looking husband is at the end. And do you know something? He's out here tonight with no socks on. Disgusting. Absolutely awful.
I'm actually doing a Rod Stewart, you know.
So, yeah, so that's the daddy, Brian Cruikshank, who has been to the 100 Keith festivals there's been, and he remembers 2 of them. Anyway, keeping his record going in the back, it was only, he's not quite been to 100, he's only been to about, oh, maybe more than that. I think it's 10, and he doesn't remember any of them. It's Callum Cruikshank and piano. Now, the angel of the family who can do absolutely no wrong is the one in the middle, in the fiddle. And she's everyone just doing what she wants. And it's Iona Cruikshank. And our adopted son, because he's certainly not mine. That's his own mum and dad's problem, not mine. On the drums, Mr. Alan Sutherland. So the great thing about Keith Festival, we've not played like this for such a long time, and last night when we played the first few notes in the plough, it was actually very, very emotional just to see us all playing together. But I also realised how bad musicians they all were as well. But no, that's not true. It was quite emotional to play, and today I just wanted to play all weekend. So if you could sit there for about another hour, is that okay? All right. for it. Right, so are we. Right, see you shortly.
And maybe she'll find an accordion.
Oh, and if anyone would like to go to the Royal and look through my accordion and see if it's at reception, that'd be a good idea, or whatever it is. Anyway, this is a couple of 4/4 marches. Thank you very much. Now, Peter Wood definitely has got a bigger chest than I have. There's no doubt about that. This has fallen off me. Peter, what have you got in your chest that I don't have in mine?
I can tell you.
Anyway, we're going to do a set of jigs. The first tune's Rodeo Moor, then Pit of the Pipers, the Banks of the Allen, and then the last tune's for all the gentlemen in here tonight. And it's simply called The Absent-Minded Man. our family seems to grow even bigger, and we got another adopted son last night. We've had another 2 adopted sons later on this evening as well, but this is the first adopted last night, and he's coming up to give you he's coming up to give you a song right now. Please put your hands to give a welcome to Ian Taylor.
Debbie fall off the stage.
Beside the kindly food, I didn't care the bits I had on when you don't do. Oh, what I do, I didn't care the bits I had on when you don't
Now,
maybe Jennifer will be able to edit that tomorrow.
we're going to play a couple of 2/4 marches this time. The first tune was written for Callum by accordionist John Burns. It's a great 2/4 march. And it was written when Brian was 70, just a few years ago. Anyway, it was at the day after his 70th birthday, just at the kitchen table he wrote this wee tune. It's a great tune, it's called Crookie Junior. And then Callum's girlfriend, she turned 21, and we thought that we would give a wee gift to her and we would get John to write a tune for her. And it's a great tune, and it's called Jenny's 2/4. Now there's a problem, you know, when you link one tune to another, there's a problem, isn't there? You know, Callum, Cruikshank, Jenny, Bissett. There's a kind of, some goes in the middle, it's kind of and, or kind of looks like a band, maybe with sparkly something on top of it. I'll leave it to you, but we're pushing and it's never happening. But maybe Keith Festival could be the night. You never know. You never know. We'll let you know tomorrow. What should we put in the middle? A wee and? Might be good. Anyway, we're going to play another tune And saying I've borrowed the box from someone, I think we'll play one of his tunes. Oh, he's not even here. Someone's going to tell Peter Wood to come in this second. Look, he's right at the back. Oh, he's coming in the door. Give him a cheer. Cheer, cheer. That's it. So Peter, because we've borrowed your box, we're going to play one of your tunes. Is that okay? Right, excellent. This is a tune that Peter wrote a while ago, and it's called The Odd Squad, and he recorded it on an album, and I heard the album and I loved the tune, and phoned Peter, sent us the music. And Peter, we want to know why it's called The Odd Squad. The Odd People. No, it's the first female Uphellia, something like that. Yeah, we know, we got the gist. Okay, here we go, it's a great tune. A great tune though, isn't it? Great tune. Well done, Peter, thank you. Well, we're going to finish off the official bit of Saturday night. It's up to you what you do. You can stay.
Sunday morning.
Oh, I went to the Sundays. I woke up this morning and my Fitbit had already done about 3,000 steps this morning when I woke up. I couldn't understand why, but we were obviously here a wee bit later than I thought last night. But anyway, yeah, you're welcome to stay. There's going to be tunes next door, so come and join us. And if not, find us tomorrow. I think we're in Boogie Woogie. And then back here. Oh no, the Royal tomorrow night, I think. So come and join us. And I hope you have a fantastic Keith Festival. Great to see the festival back up and running with people. Virtual's great, but my goodness, isn't it so much better to see all your smiling faces here? Wonderful. So we're going to finish off with a...
It's nice to get the white jeans out again, you know.
We're going to finish off with one last set. The first tune is a great tune called Dear Old Donegal. Then Lochmarie Islands, and if you know the words, sing along. And the last tune is we produce a Sunday programme, your requests on a Sunday, and this is the most requested song ever on the programme, and it's called the Kishon Commandos. So, yeah, and earlier on, Gary Innes from Manran and Una Henderson joined us for this set as well, so it's lots of good fun. But yeah, nice to see you all here, and feel free to sing along and a wee jig up and down if you fancy. Thanks very much, good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please give it up for on drums, Alan Sutherland, on fiddle, Brian Cruikshank, and star fiddle, Iona Cruikshank, on keyboard, Callum Cruikshank, on accordion, Peter Woods accordion at House at Dad, Jennifer Cruikshank, the Cruikshank plus one family band. Now this is a very important announcement. So I'd just like a wee bit, no, it's not that important for me. A wee bit of hush please, because I have to announce that the bar closes at 2 a.m. Look, you can boo me all way you want, but it's good to close at 2 a.m. But in the meantime, we'll get these folk to play our music because it's just absolutely brilliant. I hope you've had a great night. You've been a great audience. Thank you very much. Good night. Safe journey home. Let's hear it for the Churchill Family Band and Alan Sutherland.
Thank you.
more important than the last announcement. Because they've actually brought closing time forward. Closing time at the bar will be 1:30. Don't blame me, I'm just telling you the news. So, you better get your bloody drinks in quick. 1:30 closing the bar, but in the meantime, we'll leave you. We understand Alex Road and the Cruikshank Family Band.
Well, Spanish and traditional style with all I'm saying. Join hands.
Good night, have a safe journey home. We'll see you all soon. Bye.